Hey y'all, I don't know if you know this or not, but I am way above gear acquisition syndrome, or as I like to call it, gas. I'm so far above it. I only buy the stuff I am excellent at and I need. Like this Deduk, I really needed it, you know? This read sucks. Hello, my name is Andrew Morgan Smith. I want to talk to you today about your setup and how much of a difference that makes. And, what? Oh, no, you're crazy. I didn't change my shirt. So, something I think that we all are privy to, there's an entire industry built around, is gear acquisition and us just thinking, hey, if I just had this one other instrument, then my performances would be so much better. If I just had this one sample that could do this one thing, then my stuff will sound so much better. Oh my gosh, did you just hear the demo from Cinesamples of their new solo bowed saw harp? It's really easy to lose track of really what do you need versus what helps you do a new thing. Obviously, there are game-changing technologies. There are game-changing samples. There are game-changing effects and all these different things. And yes, Hans Zimmer's studio is probably better than your studio. But everyone has to start somewhere. And there are a lot of people who make really cool stuff with not a lot of things. One of the great things about being limited is that it kind of limits your choices of things. So whenever I go to start a project, often I get really overwhelmed. It's like just looking at a blank page. It could be anything.
Okay, well this is bullshit. I'm sorry, but like I spend so much time on these projects. This is class.
But as soon as I start putting limitations on myself, as soon as I start saying, okay, it's gonna be this genre, it's gonna be this thing, and I'm gonna do it with these instruments, now it becomes a lot easier for me because I don't have money to record a live orchestra, so I have to be limited to these sounds, or I know I'm gonna record a live orchestra, so I'm gonna be limited to these sounds. Having limits can actually be a boon to you because you have to be creative and you have to solve problems. And sometimes solving problems can create a unique sound, a unique experience. I'm sure there's a lot of composers out there who have a unique sound because of what their initial limitations were at the very beginning of all this. Another thing to think about is that there are plenty of libraries out there that are working with just okay mock-ups and okay sounds. You don't have to be an amazing mock-up artist to work. You don't have to be making mock-ups that sound as if they're real. In fact, I've had libraries tell me we don't want stuff that sounds extremely real. Their clients will tell them, oh, it sounds too real. We don't want that. We want it to sound more fake, almost comically fake. And so many filmmakers will just be so excited to have music that's custom for their film that they get to affect and say, oh, I need it darker, I need it happier. They're not going to care whether or not it's, you know, the London Symphony. They're just going to be excited because you're working with them to make something. You know, everyone has to start somewhere. I started in a bedroom. Here's a picture of my first setup whenever I was working in my first apartment, and I had my computer set up on a literal writing desk where the keyboard tray was like the pencil drawer, you know? So everyone is starting somewhere. It's just where you're starting out. So don't let the idea that, oh, well, I don't have those resources, so I can't be a film composer stop you. Right. Do what you're gonna do. Maybe that means if you're on a project, that means you record certain things live, so that way you know they're gonna sound good. Don't let something like not having a million sample libraries stop you from working. So I know today is a little bit short, but I was thinking about it because I've heard some amazing stuff lately made with very little material, very small amounts of gear and libraries, but a lot of creativity. So don't let that constrain you. I'm gonna let you get back to writing. I'm gonna get back to writing as well. If you have any questions, concerns, or topics you want, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to address them or make a video on them. And I'll see you later. Thanks.